What happens when a woman famous for stirring up controversy starts dating a married rapper and the wife doesn't even flinch? You get a story that's more confusing, dramatic, and addictive than anything reality TV could ever dream up. When Brittany Renner and Kevin Gates were spotted together in public looking cozy and carefree, the internet practically exploded. And not because people love celebrity couples. This wasn't your typical new romance reveal. The real reason jaws dropped? Kevin Gates is still legally married to his longtime partner Dreka. And Dreka has a reputation of her own. Strong-willed, protective, and definitely not the type to quietly let something like this slide. So when Brittany started showing up in public with Kevin like it was nothing, fans knew this wasn't going to be simple. But what started as a shocking couple sighting quickly spiraled into something much bigger. Because if you know anything about Brittany Renner, you know she doesn't just date. She dominates headlines. She's been known for years as the queen of messy relationships, unapologetic honesty, and a dating history that reads like the lineup at an all-star weekend. Brittany didn't start as a headline magnet. She first popped up on Instagram as a fitness influencer, showing off her workouts and posting motivational captions. But that phase didn't last long. Pretty soon she was making more noise for her dating life than her gym routines. Her name became a constant fixture in gossip blogs, whether it was who she was dating, what she was saying, or the outrageous claims that kept going viral. Like the time she casually mentioned she'd hooked up with multiple guys in one day. No filter, no apologies. That level of boldness turned her into both a legend and a lightning rod. To some, she's fearless, unafraid to speak her truth, no matter the backlash. To others, she's an opportunist, constantly chasing clout, cash, and high-profile men. And nothing fueled that image more than her relationship with NBA player PJ Washington. The couple had a baby, and 2 weeks after the birth, rumors hit that she left him. The internet had a field day, and that was just the beginning. A wild claim started circulating that PJ was paying her $200,000 a month in child support. The number was eventually debunked. She later clarified it was closer to $2,500. But by then, the damage was done. People had already made up their minds. Brittany's romantic resume includes some of the biggest names in sports and music. Drake, James Harden, Lil Uzi Vert, Trey Songz, Ben Simmons, Chris Brown, Colin Kaepernick, Jamal Murray. Even Shaquille O'Neal has been linked to her at some point. It's a list so long and unexpected that it almost became part of her brand. And just when the world thought they had her figured out, she changed everything. Suddenly, the same woman known for provocative outfits and attention-grabbing stories started posting spiritual reflections. She showed up in modest clothing, including a hijab. Her captions became more introspective, her tone more subdued. She talked about peace, healing, and finding herself. The flashy energy was gone. The thirst traps disappeared. People didn't know what to think. It was like watching someone hit the brakes on a speeding car, and no one could tell if it was a real change or just another twist in the plot. She talked about no longer needing validation, about being sober for 6 months and celibate for 8. She said she felt free for the first time in years, but the timing was suspicious. Just as she was getting close to Kevin Gates, a devout Muslim known for blending spirituality with unfiltered emotion, Brittany started her so-called transformation. The internet didn't buy it. Many felt like she was pulling a page out of the celebrity rehab and redemption playbook. Find religion. Talk about healing. Rebrand yourself. We've seen it before. Kanye, Lamar Odom, even Justin Bieber. But with Brittany, fans weren't sure if the change came from the heart or from a PR meeting. And then Kevin Gates jumped into the spotlight, making everything messier. He appeared on DDG's Twitch stream, and the energy was undeniable. He wasn't just casually chatting, he was emotional, intense, and speaking with a sense of passion that made it impossible to ignore. He ranted about love, spirituality, and not caring what the world thought. He made it clear that Brittany wasn't just a fling. In his eyes, she was someone important, maybe even sacred. He spoke about his faith, about being a provider, about building a community around him. He said things like, "I'm doing what a Muslim man is supposed to do, and it takes a village." It was raw and messy and confusing, but it confirmed what people had been suspecting. Brittany's new spiritual vibe and Kevin's public affection weren't coincidences. This was a full-blown storyline unfolding in real time. But the most shocking part wasn't Kevin and Brittany. It was Dreka. Because the one person who had every reason to be furious didn't even blink. Dreka didn't go on a rant. She didn't post cryptic messages or throw shade. Instead, she addressed the situation in a calm, almost zen-like interview. She described Kevin as her best friend, someone she's been with since they were teenagers. She admitted they were taking time to work on themselves, but emphasized they were still connected. She didn't sound heartbroken or betrayed. She sounded steady. That calmness only added fuel to the fire. People started wondering if this wasn't a scandal, it was an arrangement. Was this just an open relationship? Had Dreka accepted that Kevin was going to do what he wanted as long as he came home? Was this just the new normal? It wasn't long before social media was flooded with speculation. Comments ranged from admiration to disgust. Some said Dreka was a genius for keeping things classy. Others said she was delusional or too passive. A few wondered if she had her own side situation and was just playing it cool. But the tone was clear. No one knew what was really going on, and that mystery only made the story more addictive. Then Kevin did something that felt like a declaration. He recreated a viral video from years ago, one that originally featured NBA YoungBoy and Yaya Mayweather. But this time, Brittany was in the spotlight. It wasn't a subtle reference. It was a deliberate move, a signal, a public statement. He didn't need words to say, "This is who I'm with now." And Dreka, nowhere in sight. That single video sent the internet into another spiral. Was Kevin replacing Dreka with Brittany? Was he just trolling? Or was this his way of confirming everything without saying a word? Soon after, Brittany and Kevin were seen courtside at an NBA game, laughing and looking completely unbothered. It was the kind of appearance you make when you're not hiding anything. No more rumors, no more hints. Just two people showing up like a couple. And once again, Dreka didn't react. She remained the eye of the storm, still silent and oddly serene. People are torn. Some believe Dreka is simply secure, that she doesn't need to make a scene to prove her worth. Others think she's checked out emotionally, that she's over it and just keeping up appearances. And some think this whole saga is an unspoken open marriage playing out in public without anyone admitting it. In one interview, Dreka even hinted that the quiet periods in their relationship were just times they needed to work on themselves. She made it clear they'd been through a lot and were figuring it out, but she never gave the sense that she was walking away, which only raised more eyebrows. So now the question everyone's asking is, what's really going on? Is Brittany's transformation real, or was it just inspired by Kevin? Is Kevin truly done with Dreka, or are they just experimenting with a new lifestyle? Is Dreka heartbroken, or has she simply evolved beyond reacting? Some fans are rooting for Brittany and Kevin, saying they seem aligned and spiritually connected. Others think it's just chaos disguised as healing. And a lot of people think Dreka is the real MVP in this whole story. Silent, composed, and maybe even a few steps ahead of everyone else. One thing's for sure, this isn't just another celebrity love triangle. It's a masterclass in ambiguity, attention, and how public figures manipulate their own narratives. Every move, every silence, every outfit and interview, it all feels intentional. And maybe that's why we can't stop watching.